chopping. I'm here with the master chopper. My barber. I forgot your name. What was it, dude?
Which one? My blood name or?
Yeah, you know I call you by your government, dude.
Yeah. Rob. Robert.
Oh yeah, Rob. Rob the barber. What's up, dude?
Yeah. What?
So, as I said before, new day, new movie review, movie recommendation. I like to say more recommendation because I don't know how much of a review we actually do at the end of the day. Like, you've seen some of the videos, like we're just saying like, all right, this movie's cool, and then it just turns into us, talking about nonsense. So
Watch it.
yeah, watch this movie. What did these guys say for a half hour? I don't know.
People died. Someone got stabbed.
That's basically it. I'm just talking about like, oh, watch this part. It's scary. Like, what? What was that? All right. So, what movie did you pick, Rob?
I picked The Void. It was either that or As Above From Below.
Is that it's like that pyramid movie? Is that it?
No, I'm sorry. As above. Fuck. It's the one where the. All right. So The Void is the one I picked, but the other one I said As Above From Below is, or let me look it up real quick. But essentially,
wait, why do I care what movie you didn't pick?
Either way. I mean, they're both. It was a toss up. It was either these people that went through the French catacombs of like where they have all the skulls and shit. Ends up being like super demonic and everything like that, but it had a really shitty ending. And I was like, nah, this has got to end on something good. So I went with The Void because it just starts off just with a banger where the moment the movie starts, fucking you see these kids running out of this house, and then fucking this dude shoots the chick, and you're like, oh fuck, that chick just got shot.
Okay, you're spoiling this movie, Rob.
It doesn't matter, dude.
No. Well, hold on. We gotta. This is how. Look, this is my show. Look, here's how we do it. Say what the movie's about, and then if people are still watching past the first 30 seconds, like, then it's gonna get spoiled.
All right.
Okay, Rob. Just what's this movie about? Can you explain what this movie is about? Because personally, I don't know if I'd be able to.
Essentially, the movie is about a small, sleepy town that gets caught up in some sort of like crazy death cult that ends up bordering on the line of like Lovecraft and fucking Hellraiser.
Okay, I could accept that. Accepted. Recommendation accepted. All right. So from here on out, it's gonna be spoiler territory because, if you've been watching some of these reviews, you know that I just like talking cool scenes. That's what gets me about a movie. Like, hey, remember when that guy did this move? That was dope, huh? Because that song and like the lighting, like that's the kind of dumb shit that I like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into it. So you were talking about the movie starts out. These people are running out of a house.
Yeah, and fucking within the first 30 seconds, some chick gets shot. But she didn't die. She's sitting there like crawling across the ground, and the dude that shot her walks up and he fucking pours gas on her, fucking just lights her up.
Yeah, dude, it's like, okay, that's the world we're watching right now. Okay, all right.
Yeah, you just sit there. You're just like,
yeah, is she okay? Is she gonna make it?
You're like, that just happened.
Yeah, just turn into Two-Face from Batman. Just like,
yeah.
Okay, so from there. It cuts to different characters right there, right? Like
it cuts to different characters because it was essentially two people ran away, and there was this dude that ran out with her, which it's kind of funny because it's been a couple of years since I've watched this movie until recently, and then the dude that got away actually is in one of my other favorite shows. But the ironic part is he still plays a bass head.
That's funny. That's sometimes actors. That's like there's
everything you're in. You're gonna be a druggie. Okay, good. I got it.
Well, like there's one lady that I fucking hate. I think if I saw her in real life, she might get socked, dude. Because they gave her the role of the ultimate Karen in every movie she's in, every TV show she's in. Tell me if you remember this lady. She was in the movie Speed with Keanu Reeves.
Sandra Bullock.
No, obviously not. Do you think Sandra Bullock and think Karen? No, dude.
I don't know. I mean, if you watch her in Bird Box, she's the entire time just sit and spend there like protecting her kids, being like, "Don't look at him. Don't look at him."
That's not Karen. That's not a Karen move. That's a loving mom move. That's not. I'm gonna explain to you what a Karen is right here, bro. She this lady, she's sitting on the bus, but she keeps like arguing with people and everybody has to make decisions together because they're in a life or death situation right here, right?
Yeah.
And then she tries to like jump off the bus, even though Dennis Hopper told her not. Said that
was she? Oh yeah, she was the one where like he ended up like blowing out the steps and she just rolled under the bus.
She got what was coming to her, but she was always causing trouble, right?
Yeah.
She was in Malcolm in the Middle.
That. Oh, okay.
She's in Malcolm in the Middle. She plays one of the Malcolm's friends' mom, and she's like a bitch to that kid, and like she makes him like brush her hair and stuff. That's the character she plays in fucking everything I've ever seen her. So that
right.
So what I'm trying to say is we're way off topic. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Rob.
Man.
So anyway,
no, but yeah. So essentially, like fast forward a little bit in the Void, introduce Basehead that got away, introduce Small Sleepy Town Sheriff,
which is kind of cool guy, dude, because he's not the macho sheriff that's gonna
no,
pin you. Like, he's not gonna pin you down and like let you not breathe and kill you. He's gonna like kind of be a cool guy, but yeah.
If he caught you with a little bit of weed, he's probably gonna let you go.
He'd be like, "Hey, bro, just smoke over there, right? Yeah. Like, just turn the music down a little bit." He's that cool guy, dude.
Deputy Doolittle or something.
Yeah, he's Officer Doofy reporting. What was that guy?
Dudley. Deputy Dudley or something stupid like that.
Oh, it was Doofy.
Yeah, Doofy.
I don't even... Is that from Scary Movie? I don't even remember where that's...
I don't remember. Oh, yeah, it was Scary Movie.
Yeah, Officer Doofy. That's... reporting for duty. And then he comes out with his underwear and it's the vacuum.
Oh, my God.
So off topic. Bad. We're talking about the Void, Rob. Stay on topic.
Can't help it. 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Okay, so... anyways, cool. Stupid. So okay, this cop's kind of cool.
Yeah. So he takes Basehead to.
That guy was just crawling in the middle of the street, something like that, right?
Yeah. He was crawling in the middle of the street, and so he was all like, "He's drunk, no problem, blah blah."
Right.
He comes up on him, and he's like, "Oh fuck, you're fucked up."
Right. Yeah, the dude was a little mangled, huh?
So yeah, I would say literally. 10, 15 minutes into the movie is when shit starts just going sideways. It's like fucking demons from the nether realm start getting summoned and shit like that.
Not right away. So what happens is he takes him to the hospital. They have to chain him up because he's essentially a criminal at that point. He's under arrest, so they can't just, And, well, I mean, I guess you're kind of right. Like,
bitch fucking carved her face off with scissors.
Right. Okay, so how did that happen exactly? So, I remember
because they introduced a bunch of other little side characters and stuff like that.
There was the one of the main girls that's there was the sheriff's like ex or something, right? Isn't that the case?
His ex-wife. Yeah.
And then the main doctor is her dad.
Yes, and then there was like the MA or the medical assistant,
the little RN,
nurse in training and stuff like that. Token little Asian girl.
Yeah.
And then fucking her friend or side piece or wherever the fuck the dude in the hospital bed. Like, was it that got killed by the chick that was carving her face up?
Right. That was the main like little characters situation. But yeah. What was it? One of the nurses that you think that's gonna be there for a while. She walks into one of the rooms, and then there's somebody turning into a creature or something. It's like, what the fuck is that? That's how it went down, no?
Something like that. It was the sheriff was just kind of walking around. He was just kind of having a moment to himself, and fucking he just heard some weird noises and stuff like that, or something like that, and so he walks into that room, and he sees this nurse that you think would be in the movie, for a long period of time, and he walks in, and her face is half hanging off.
She was stabbing somebody
dude
though.
in the face.
That's what she was doing. She was stabbing. Yeah. She was stabbing a kid. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. She turns around. Her face is missing.
Yeah.
Full on, like, okay.
So he fucking just dumps on her, just like lights her up.
Yeah.
And he's just immediately just like, the fuck just happened?
So was everybody else in the hospital. Was like, dude, you're just shooting people in here? What are you doing?
But the crazy part is she didn't have all her face off yet. She's sitting there carving the rest of her face off in front of him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're just sitting there like,
it looked cool, dude.
Yeah, it was good.
This is what I like about this movie, that you could tell it's low budget because they're just basically in one set piece, you know what I mean? Which is just like a little hospital area. But there's a good amount of creatures in this movie, and the effects in this movie are phenomenal, dude. They're on par like with the Thing. The Thing is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Fucking the remake of Evil Dead.
Just great effects, dude. Great effects.
I mean, if you want to talk about great effects where it looks like I mean, just to not get off topic, but to compare and contrast and stuff.
Right.
One of the greatest visual effects I've ever seen, as far as just makeup and special effects and stuff, is in the remake of Evil Dead, where the chick fucking cuts her own arm off.
Pretty gnarly, yeah.
That's all special effects. That's no CGI. That's all fucking.
That's the way. When you're doing a horror movie, you have to do it that way because it just gives you that little bit of realism, you know. Yeah. Obviously, there's not going to be giant creatures walking around shit like that. But if there was, that's what it would look like.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, it's like if you want to like a perfect dude. One of the things that always kind of scare me personally is either the unknown or fucking shit where you stare at it and you can't tell what it is.
Yeah.
You're just.
Oh, that'll definitely scare me. Like.
You don't know
that's not a person.
Yeah.
It's not an animal.
I mean,
and it's holding a knife. So what is that?
I think for one of the hardest parts, the craziest parts for me in that movie, where it just immediately makes hair standing up on your neck, is when they try and go outside, and one of the constant themes throughout the movie is that it has these dudes in these white robes, and people make fun of it. At first you're gonna be like, oh, they look like Klansmen, and I'm like, no, it's creepier because they're just standing there and they're not moving, and the face of their cloak is a blacked out triangle. Yeah,
it's super Illuminati, like.
Yeah,
it's
hardcore.
It's like, it's basically like you said, they're Klans members, but with a triangle on their face. That's what it looks like, kind of.
But it's is it inverted or upside? It's upside, huh?
Is it?
I can't remember. Either way it is, though, you can't see the person's face.
Either way, there's no
facial features.
There's no facial features. That's what's scary. It's like, is that a costume or is that like your body? Like, what is that?
They're just standing there, and at first it's like 5 guys, and then they go out there later, and it's like 20 guys, and then
they're not even going out. They just keep looking out the window, and then they keep getting closer, and it's like you said, there's just way more of them. That's pretty fucking scary because they're not doing anything. It's not like they're like banging on the window like zombies and shit like that. They're just.
There's only a split second in the movie where they actually get assaulted by them, but it was only by like a couple of dudes. It wasn't like the full group. But I mean, just that freaks me out because I mean, shit, dude. How many times if you're gonna go out to your car in a parking lot, are you looking around being like, is anybody there? Is anybody there?
Right.
But then I think what really really gets me is like when they actually are trying to find out what's really going on, and they run into this entire room of homunculi.
Well, okay. Well, you skipped a little bit. So
I skipped a little bit.
So okay,
I don't want to ruin shit, but I'm just saying, like
that's how we do it on this show, though. So let's just bring up a little bit more, a little more detail. So so the dudes that were burning that girl in front of the house,
yes,
they were looking for that crackhead, right?
Yes.
So they bust into the hospital and they're fucking just causing havoc. So people are like, hey, yo, what the fuck's going on? But they're coming in with guns, so people are listening to them like, what the fuck, you know? And then And then, so what happens? That crackhead kills the main doctor, right?
He stabs him straight up stabs him in the throat, and people are like, "Oh, he's dead." Blah blah.
He's
So
dead.
just
Let's
kinda,
cover
yeah,
him up.
yeah.
Everybody's
Push him off
crying,
to
kind
the
of thing.
side. But the weird part though is not. It was funny because I didn't really catch it the first time when I watched it a couple years ago. To the second time is that the dudes that had in the beginning of the movie burned the chick to busting in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
You don't realize that it's this older dude and this teenager kid guy,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah. Or
He
like
states
late
that-
teens.
Yeah, late teens. He states he's like, oh, they didn't have any sympathy when they killed his family.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, he just like was just random dude that was like saw this kid, blah blah. The kid probably at some point there's probably some backstory to the kid having lost his entire family trying
Right.
to get away from this fucking death cult and shit like that.
Right.
So he's just like, fuck these guys, let's kill them all.
Yeah, because when they come into the movie, you just think right away like these guys are psychopaths.
They're the bad guys.
But the thing is, they've seen some shit and they're trying to stop the shit. They're trying to kind of help other people, but at the same time still scaring other people,
they're taking
and
care of themselves.
that's what they're doing. They're just like, me and you, we're a team. Fuck everybody else.
Yep.
And fuck whatever evil's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so like you said, they start going into fucking hallways, and there's giant like, how would you describe them? I don't know, man. They're like not the size of an elephant, maybe like closer to the size of a baby elephant, like walking around. But they look like.
I mean, that's where I say like it's kind of a mix between like Lovecraftian like to Hellraiser bullshit, where it's a homunculus. It's just skin and bone.
They look like Uncle Frank from Hellraiser, with extra shoulders
Fucking
and tentacles
shit,
and
fucking hanging off and fucking
dude, who ever thought of these fucking creatures? So good, dude, because it's just like dangling meat, and these things are getting like shotgun blasts to the face and not dying, kind of thing, where it's still like, I'm still gonna eat your face. Like, fuck, dude.
The fact that there's an entire scene where the dude they fucking shot at this thing with fucking like a couple of guns and it didn't die. And then he just sat there, he's like, well, fuck this, and grabbed a fucking axe, a fire axe.
Yeah.
And for like a good minute or two,
It's just going to town.
just blood everywhere.
It was
Blood
awesome.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
man.
there's cool shit to look at in this movie. Like there's a little scene like, okay, so they go through that shit, but these dudes for the most part they're in control the whole time. So they're punking the sheriff around. So this dude, and the whole beginning part, this dude seems like a bitch because they come in and they're just punking him, and people, and right away you're thinking like, why isn't this motherfucker doing anything? But then he starts kind of getting balls a little bit, and he's like, hey, I got a shotgun in my car. You guys need to help me. And then the guy's like, all right, but I'm going to get the shotgun once we get it. And the guy's like, sure thing. They go out. They're trying to get to his cop car. They need a team because
You can't go by yourself.
There's a, like you said
Never
before,
go
there's
alone.
like you said before, there's like a whole forest filled of these like
The Klansmen and
these
shit. Yeah.
these cult dudes. So the whole time they're just staring at them, They're staring at them while they're trying to go to the police car to get the shotgun. That whole little scene's just dope. It's tense, It's like, fuck, are these guys gonna attack him? What's going on, And then at one point, one of them is right behind him, and I think they have to give him a fucking shotgun blast to the face to get him off.
Yeah, I mean it's insane. I mean, what? I love horror movies, but it always cracks me up. And there's certain horror movies where it just makes me always stop and laugh because it's like, have you never seen a horror movie? Have you never seen a zombie movie? Like, you see all that shit. At what point do you just okey doke out and just be like, "Nah, I'm good, dude."
Yeah.
Deuces.
Yeah, just like, to me, I don't understand why movies are never like, you know what? Oh, it looks like hell outside. You know what? I've had a good run. You know what I mean? Like, what? Dude. Oh, there's a sea. I mean, a sea of zombies. I'm just gonna end it right here. See you guys.
I'm good. I'm
Like,
out.
why doesn't that happen more often? I mean, I get it. You have to have a movie, but you could have a short film, a nice French short film, Belle wee wee, goosh. You know, and that's it. I don't know, dude.
But I mean, it's like the entire scene. Like when you first, like to me, when you first start seeing the robed dudes, I would just be like, "No, dude, I'm good."
No, you know what I would do? Hey, you guys hiring? Cause I don't. These guys aren't gonna win over here.
No, you're not. Y'all. Oh, okay, y'all not talking to me. That's cool. I'm gonna stay inside here. You all gonna stay right there.
You guys kill that guy. He was talking shit. I'm on your side. I don't. You know what? I don't know what I would do, dude.
Oh no, it'd be terrible. Like it would be terrible. I mean, then if I just started seeing like demonic shit straight up just like popping up, I'd be like, nope.
There's some movies where I think I would definitely be able to get out of, but when it comes to demons, when it comes to aliens,
yeah,
fucking get it, dude.
No,
like,
no.
Dude,
it's just
imagine being in The Thing, where that creature could turn into you. Like, just the thought of that grosses me out. The thought of like something eating me and like, no, dude.
Especially like if you go back and look at the remake of it, where it's just like this dude just like shows up out of nowhere. You know, it's just like you're like, dude, are you okay? Yeah, I am fine. And then all of a sudden it just fucking just like shits it out and it just like destroys.
Dude, the fact that you could have an alien connected to your face and then it's making your face like you got a twin but not really a twin. Like, dude.
Sometimes like Total Recall and shit.
Yeah,
like,
dude. I
mean,
mean,
it's just my tumor.
I mean, if we're talking Total Recall though, I wouldn't mind the 3 titties, but other than that, I don't want to live in that world.
No, but I mean, it's shit like that. So I mean, it's like was it to fast forward in the movie? You know, I mean, it comes to that point where they're legitimately trying to figure out what's going on. The so-called doctor that was killed actually never died because he answers to some form of higher power. It's not God. You know, it's not.
Yeah, that's. This is the part where I'm like, I don't know how to explain this movie fully.
It's another dimension.
It's another dimension, and when it starts getting to shit like that, I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. It's pretty cool looking, but I don't know.
And that's the weird, creepy part because it's not. Fuck, I don't. That's the weird part because that's where it starts getting into that weird Lovecraftian / like Hellraiser style, where it's a dimension of nothingness.
And that's what I'm about, dude. Metal, bro.
Yeah, and that's the creepy part because it's like, what do you have to look forward to other than bringing that nothingness to everything around you?
Yeah, and that's a fear. Like, dude, that's those kind of movies you don't see as often, or when you do see them, they're not done as well as this. So it's like, dude, like I've said a few times on this already, I don't fully know what this movie's about, but I get scared watching it. There's something like unsettling. It's
Well, because I mean, the fact that I think the unsettling part is that you can sit there and take our own bodies and use it as a gateway to bring more of it into our world.
Dude, you're creeping me out, dude. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I mean, we didn't touch on it, but it's like the fact that you have this weird like teenage girl and her grandpa's like just sitting there the entire time, like, well, she's a whore.
It's pretty much what he was saying, like he was cool with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like, well, she just couldn't keep her legs shut, and you're like, what? What the fuck? But he's cool with it. He's like, meh.
Yeah, the whole time you kind of think like, were you piping her, bro? Is that why she's pregnant?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, watching the movie, you think that you're like, oh, this is some weird incestual shit going on.
Yeah, that's kind of where they lead you for sure.
Yeah. But then just the events, like all the events unfurl, and you're just like, oh, okay, nope, that's definitely not it. I mean, it's still just as creepy, but
honestly, what's creepier, the incest pedophile dude or the weird creature tentacle guy? I don't know, man. They're both on pretty scary shit on both ends, man.
I mean, one kills you, one just makes you feel gross on the inside.
I mean, both kind of do that. Like, fuck, dude.
I mean, the movie itself, though, I mean, it's definitely one of those things where it's just like, if you like weird just weird creepy shit that you just don't understand what's happening, watch it.
Yeah, dude. If like you said, if you like like say like Hellraiser, this is up your alley right here, dude. This is other dimension, demonry, possibly alien type of, I don't know, dude. Like there's some weird shit going on, but the acting's pretty fucking good in this movie. It's not super cheesy, you know. And it's just unsettling. It's bloody. Yeah, because it's like a little mindfuck kind of movie. It's a gore fest. Those are the main type of horror that this movie is, right? I mean, that's pretty much.
I mean, if anything, the thing that cracks me up still to this day is that it's one of those, cause as of late, horror movies that have been coming out, the endings are just super disappointing.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies where the ending happens and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I think you start appreciating it more once you see it again.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because the same thing I saw it like when they first kind of announced this movie, and then I saw it recently again, and it's like it's pretty fucking good movie, man.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
It ends on, it doesn't end on a high note. It doesn't end on a low note. It just kind of ends, and you're just like, all right, I can accept that ending.
It ends, and it's just like, it's kind of late. I don't want to go to the bathroom right now. Let me turn on some lights for a while.
I'm gonna sit there in bed just like.
No, I'm just gonna look out the window, make sure there's no people just staring at me. Yeah, dude. Let's leave it at that, Rob.
Yeah.
We didn't explain too much, but it's kind of hard to explain this movie. But it, like I said, it is kind of a gore fest, and it's a little mindfuck kind of movie. It's pretty cool, man. It's
like you said, it's a low budget movie that did it right.
Yeah, they used their money wisely. They knew where to put it. They didn't get big name actors. They got small time actors, but they all knocked it out of the park. In my opinion, like that grandpa, like I really believed he was a creeper. You know.
I mean, Basehead fucking pulled off Basehead.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, though, I think probably the worst actress in this movie was that pregnant girl, but she played pregnant well, but then there was a certain part where it was like, she's kind of getting annoying. But other than that, like, it's a minor gripe, you know what I mean?
Good thing she dies. Oh wait, spoiler alert.
Shouldn't have been watching this far. Let's leave it at that, though, Rob.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me, dude. That was
it's about time.
Yeah, it's about time. Hey, man, save the best for kind of last. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
All right, see you guys on the next one.
Okay, bye.
What was that? K, bye.